Hi, superstars. It is time for math, and we are on lesson 5-5. Use logical reasoning. You've learned about counting numbers to 20. You are going to learn how to use logical reasoning to solve a word problem in this lesson. Let's look at our worksheet here. I see a row of train cars. So the first two have a number on them, but the next three over here, they have no numbers. What numbers go in each car? How can I solve this problem? Well, right here, we have the number 13 in the first box, and we have 14 in the second box, and then we have the number 18 in the last box. We can use logical reasoning to find the missing numbers. What numbers come before the missing numbers? So here we have our missing numbers. What numbers come before them? 13 and 14. What numbers come after our missing numbers? 18 comes after the missing numbers. So how can we count forward from 13 all the way to 18? Let's count together. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we used logical reasoning to find those missing numbers. Let's fill in the missing numbers. We have the number 15, and then we have the number 16, and then after 16 is 17, and then 18. So we have 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Now, let's look down here. How can we count back from 20 to 15? So we know we have 20, 19, 18, and then we have missing numbers here. So we are going to have to count backwards. 20, 19, 18. What number comes before 18? 17, 16, 15. Let's do that again. So we are counting back from 20, not forward, back. So the number that comes before 20 is 19. The number that comes before 19 is 18. What number comes before 18? 17, then 16, and 15. Let's fill in our empty boxes. 17, 16, and 15. So we counted back from 20 all the way to 15. Now we can count forward and check to make sure we are correct. So we can start at 15 and go 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. This takes practice, so don't worry if you don't have it right now. We will practice counting back and counting forward. Let's turn the page. Let's look at our first box here. It says read and understand. What do you see? There's a row of houses with some that are missing numbers on them, right? How can we find the missing numbers? All right, let's look over here in our second box and it says plan. How can we use number cards to solve the problem? Well, we can point to 15 and use what we know about counting. Right, so here's 15. Let's go to our next box here, and it says solve. So look at that third box. How did the number cards help solve the problem? Well, you can use them to count back from 15 to 11. What numbers are missing? 12 and 11. Those are the numbers that we're missing. So let's look back and check. Let's look at the fourth box here. How can we use the number cards to check the answers? We can put the cards in order and see if the number cards fit the sequence. So we have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, we need to practice counting to 20. Let's look at our first question here. It says, look at each row of numbers. How can we find the missing numbers? Have children use what they know about the counting sequence to identify and write the missing numbers. So number one here. All right, so we have 15, 14, and 13. Now, we are missing these two numbers. We can see they're outlined here, but how would we find our missing numbers? Remember, we know the sequence, the order in which the numbers are. So we can see what number comes before 13. 12. And what number comes before 12? 11. So we can look at number cards and we can check this. We can count from 11 to 15 to make sure we're right. So we start at 11. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, let's look at number 2. We have 2 missing numbers. We have 8, and then we have 11, 12, and 13. What number comes after 8? 8, 9. What number comes after 9? 10. Let's count. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's look at number 3. We have a missing number before 19 and 17 comes after. Oh, I'm sorry, it's after 19. Did I say before? After 19 and before 17. Now we're counting backwards. So what number comes before 19? 18. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. What number comes before 15? 14. So we can look at sequence cards and we can check and make sure we are right. Let's count forward and see if we're right. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That is the correct order for sequence. We're at number 4. We have 12 and we have a missing number. It comes after 12 and before the number 14. So we can start counting this way forward. 12. What's after 12? 13. So let's write 13. Let's count. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Number 5. We have 2 missing numbers here. We have 15. What number comes after 15? We can count. 15, 16. What comes after 16? 17, 18, 19, and 20. 16 comes after 15. 17 comes after 16. Number 6. We have 12. And then the number after 12 is missing. And the number comes before the number 14. So if you have number cards, you can look at the correct sequence and figure that out. Let's start counting from the number 12. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Okay? Practice counting and you can look at your sequence cards. If you have some sequence cards, or you can look at the picture up on top for the correct number sequence. Keep practicing, superstars. Until next time, have a wonderful day. Bye.